So I hope we are getting the hang of the idea. Very, very easy ideas if you know congruence already. So another very important theorem is that I have a circle, the center is O and there is a chord PQ, and I drop a perpendicular from O on the chord PQ. OT is perpendicular to chord PQ. That means this angle created is 90 degrees. So if this is the story given to us that there is a chord PQ and from the center I drop a perpendicular, prove that PT is equal to TQ. Or in language form, prove that the perpendicular is also a bisector. That means these two segments are going to be equal to each other. So how will we go about doing that? And by now the idea should be almost at the tip of your fingers. This is radius, this is radius, and this is 90 degrees, so obviously this is also going to be 90 degrees. Now if I notice between triangle POT and triangle QOT, I definitely have these two sides equal to each other. So one side is definitely corresponding and equal to each other. I also have a 90 degree angle. That means I can use the special RHS rule that one of the angles is 90 degrees. I have one of the sides, right? I have one side also, and this is common to both these triangles. So OT is a part of triangle POT as well as QOT. So this is going to be equal in both the triangles. So now RHS congruence kicks in. That means these two triangles are congruent to each other. That means PT is equal to QT. And the moment you reach this result, you have proved it, that if you draw a perpendicular from the center to the chord, it will divide the chord into two equal paths, right? Once again, a very easy theorem if you know the rules of congruence, and especially this RHS rule, that if there are two triangles, if one of the angles is 90 degree in both the triangles, if I have two other sides, excluded sides also, it will work for me. Why is this a special rule? Because normally angle side will not work. It should be side angle side. That means the angle should be included between the two sides. But if there is a 90 degree involved, you have an exception. The two excluded sides will also work and the two triangles will be congruent to each other. So once again, a theory to do with circles and chords, but it is nothing but using the very basic idea of congruence that we learned quite a few sessions back. And what are we going to do now? We're going to work on the converse of the theorem. That means if I draw a bisector, that means I draw a line from point O on the chord PQ, which divides it equally into two parts. That means PT is equal to TQ. Prove that this is also a perpendicular. Prove that the angle OTQ or OTP is going to be 90 degrees. And this is going to be easier still. Draw a radius once again. So this is a radius, this is a radius. That means if I think of triangles POT and triangle QOT, I have one side equal to the other already. I also have PT equal to QT. Wow, I have two sides equal to each other, and OT is a common side to both of them. That means the third side is also equal. That means SSS congruence kicks in, and these two triangles are going to be congruent to each other. So angle PTO is going to be equal to its corresponding angle QTO. The other thing I notice about these two angles is that they form a linear pair. They are on a straight line. That means the sum of these angles is going to be 180 degrees. So this angle is equal to this angle. Both of them are x, and x plus x is 180 degrees. So x is coming out as 90 degrees. And hence proven that if you draw a bisector of the segment PQ from the center, it is also going to create a 90 degree angle with the chord, or it is also going to be the perpendicular. Just a quick revision of a very basic idea. Say there is a line L and I give you a point O, and I say what is the distance of this point from this line L. Now there could be very many distances, right? Because I can create this point O, I can connect this point O to this point, call it A, or let's say the line goes very far away and I connect it to this point, called E. So I see OA could also be a distance, OE could also be a distance. So when I say distance between a point and a line, I mean the shortest distance possible. And another thing to notice is that the shortest distance possible between a line and a point is going to create a right angle or a 90-degree angle. So we need to know this much to work with the next theorem, not even to derive the theorem, just to understand what the question means. And the question is, and the theorem is that if we have equal chords in a circle, they are going to be equidistant from the center. That means quickly, if you have two chords and there is the center here, the distance of this chord from this point and the distance of this chord from this point is going to be equal. In that case, I will need to understand that the distance, by distance I mean a 90-degree angle between the line and the point. So this is going to be the distance and this is going to be the distance. And the theorem that we want to prove is that if the chords are equal to each other, the distances are going to be equal to each other. So let's work on this now. So I have a circle, the center is O, and there are two chords PQ and RS, and they are equal to each other. That means length of PQ is equal to length of RS. And now I want to prove that the distance between this chord and the center and the distance between this chord and the center is going to be equal to each other. So call it T and call it Y if you want to. So I want to prove that OY and OT are going to be equal to each other. How will I go about proving that? So once again, I know the key is going to be in the radius. So this is a radius. So is this. This is also a radius. What else do I know? We are talking about perpendicular. So this is a right angle, this is a right angle, this is a right angle, this is a right angle. And I also learned that the perpendicular from the center to the chord bisects the chord into two equal parts. That means RT is going to be equal to TS. Also PY is going to be equal to YQ. But remember, PQ was equal to RS. So half of RS is also equal to half of PQ. So if I think of YQ, which is half of PQ, it is going to be equal to half of RS. And half of RS was TS. That means this YQ is also equal to TS. Now if I think of these two triangles, triangles QOY and triangles SOT, I want to prove that they are congruent to each other. Because once I prove that they are congruent to each other, the corresponding sides are going to be equal to each other. Now how do I do that? I notice obviously there is a side equal to the other side because the radius is always going to be equal to the other radius. So these two sides are equal. I also know these two sides are equal. I also have a 90-degree angle. So once again RHS congruence kicks in, and these two triangles, this triangle and this triangle, they are congruent to each other. That means OY is equal to OT. And therefore, if in a circle the chords are equal to each other, the distance of the chord from the center is going to be equal for both the chords, and once again proved using congruence. And obviously we're going to prove the converse of it also true. That say if I have two chords PQ and RS which are equidistant from the center, the chords are going to be equal to each other. That means if this is the center and let's say this is T and this is Y, if it is given to me that OT is equal to OY, I want to prove that RS is equal to PQ. Again will be done very quickly. First of all, draw the radius. So I have two triangles QOY and SOT, and both of them have one side equal to the other because the radius is going to be equal in both the scenarios. So one part of the story is done. Secondly, I know this is equal to this. OY is equal to OT is given to me. That the chords are equidistant was given to me in the very beginning of the story. So I have OT is equal to OY. I also know that this is going to be 90 degrees. How do I know that? Because if I want to find the distance of a point from a line, I am looking at the perpendicular. The perpendicular is the shortest distance between the line and the point. So I know this angle is 90 degrees and this is also 90 degrees. Once again, RHS congruence kicks in. You have a right angle, you have a 90 degree angle, and two sides of the triangle are equal to each other. That means these two triangles are congruent to each other. That means the corresponding sides are also going to be equal. That means YQ is going to be equal to ST. That means this side is equal to this side. So this part of the job is done. Now you can use theorems learned earlier that if you draw a perpendicular from the center to the chord, it will also work like a bisector. That means this point Y is going to divide the chord PQ into two equal parts. That means YQ is equal to PY. So the same distance, right? Now for a minute, let me just call it X. So if this is X, this is also X. If this is X, this is also X. And the same logic, this is a perpendicular. That means point T is the midpoint of the chord RS. And if this is the midpoint, that means RT is equal to TS. That means if this is X, this is also X. And now I see chord PQ is equal to 2X. Chord RS is also equal to 2X. And therefore, the task given to me that prove that the chords equidistant from the center are equal to each other is now done, and once again using the idea of congruence.